Do you know which floor tiles are the most durable, sustainable, and cost-effective? If you answered no, well then stay tuned. Hi everyone, if you're thinking of building or renovating, then this is the place to be. I am Nikki and tonight we'll be doing part 2 of all things floor tiles. We will be comparing the durability, cost, sustainability, ease of installation, and overall maintenance of porcelain, terrazzo, sandstone, and granite tiles. If you want to know more about ceramic, travertine, slate, and marble, we covered that in last month's video, so maybe check that one out first. Porcelain is a type of ceramic tile that is known for its incredible density and low porosity. The manufacturing process involves pressing the raw materials into shape and then firing them at much higher temperatures than regular ceramic tiles. This intense heat is what gives porcelain its unique hardness and water resistance, making it pretty awesome. Porcelain tiles offer incredible versatility in design. They can mimic the look of natural stone, wood, concrete, giving you endless possibilities for your space. One drawback with porcelain tiles, unfortunately, is they can be a bit cold underfoot, especially in colder climates. This means if you're looking to tile your bedrooms, probably not great with porcelain if you're in a colder area. Another potential drawback is their weight. They are typically heavier than ceramic tiles, making them harder to transport and handle. And the tiles themselves can be more prone to chipping if subjected to a heavy impact. For durability, porcelain tiles are, in our opinion, the best. Their extreme density, low water absorption, and resistance to scratches, stains, and moisture make them ideal for high traffic areas and wet environments, both indoors and outdoors, without the need for regular sealing, which is a key point here. While initial prices can vary considerably, when you factor in their exceptional longevity and durability, they become very cost effective, often outperforming less expensive alternatives or tiles that require regular sealing over time. Porcelain tiles are incredibly low maintenance. Their dense nature means they require very little beyond regular mopping with a mild floor cleaner. Some polished tiles might benefit from occasional sealing, but for the most part they are really easy to care for. While not the absolute greenest option available, porcelain manufacturing is continually becoming more energy efficient. Plus, their exceptional lifespan means they don't need frequent replacement, which reduces waste, contributing to longer-term sustainability. When it comes to installing porcelain tiles, they're average to best. Porcelain's density gives it its strength, also means it's heavier and harder to cut than some softer materials. You'll typically need a diamond blade wet saw for clean cuts. However, with the right tools and a bit of experience, DIY installation is definitely achievable. If your priority is durability, low maintenance, and longevity, then porcelain tiles are really excellent. That and their modern aesthetic, their suitability for indoor, outdoor, high traffic areas, wet areas, means they are a really outstanding choice. But I would say, given how heavy they are and sometimes expensive that they are, depending on the finish that you're going with, I would leave the installation to the professionals. But if you can't do that, then you can still DIY them. Granite is an igneous rock formed from cooling magma within the Earth's crust. It is primarily composed of quartz, feldspar, and mica, giving granite its speckled appearance. The manufacturing process involves quarrying large blocks of granite, which are then cut into slabs, polished, and then cut into individual tiles. Beyond granite's inherent durability, its natural variations in colour and patterns means that every tile is completely unique, offering a distinct and luxurious aesthetic. They are also highly heat resistant and in some cases can add value to your home, but don't quote me on that one. One common concern though is that granite can feel cold underfoot, especially in cooler climates, so much so that you might require some underfloor heating. Granite also has the potential to emit radiation and produce radon gas, but this is usually at very, very low levels. But if it's something that is super important to you, steer clear. Another potential problem is when they do chip or crack or break, then repairing it without seeing any of the repairs can be quite challenging, often requiring professional intervention or even replacement of the tile to maintain the look. When it comes to durability, granite is exceptionally dense, heat resistant, moisture resistant, and slip resistant, ensuring a long-lasting and safe surface. It can withstand harsh weather conditions, making it suitable for outdoor areas like pools and exposed patios. Granite is also built to endure, often lasting a lifetime without needing replacement. Granite often falls into the more expensive end of flooring materials. It's not necessarily as expensive as rare marbles, but unique and specialized looking granite can be significantly more expensive depending on demand and supply. The cost of granite in general is largely due to the extraction process, the transportation, and the processing involved to take the granite out of the earth and onto your floor. Proper maintenance of your granite floor is incredibly important, making sure that they look their best and last a lifetime. Like many natural stones, they require sealing every 2 to 3 years to maintain their protective barrier. For daily cleaning, dry mopping is usually recommended, and it is vital to avoid abrasive cleaners or bleach, as these can damage the sealant and the stone. So just be careful of that one. For spills like red wine, coffee, or soft drinks, quick cleanup is essential to avoid permanent staining. And if needed, use only a pH neutral or granite specific cleaning detergent. While the extraction, transportation, manufacturing of granite tiles can be energy intensive, which is not that great for the environment, their exceptional durability and long lifespan can balance this out a little bit, which is why it's pretty average in terms of sustainability. Unlike many other tiles that might need replacing over time, granite rarely does. And its inherent properties allow for recycling and reuse, minimizing waste in the long run. Granite is heavier and denser than marble, which makes it considerably harder to cut and lay. And while its durability does mean you're less likely to chip or scratch it during installation, you still need specialized tools, precise cuts, and granite-specific sealers. This is why it is highly recommended to leave the installation to professionals who deal with granite all the time. If a long-lasting, durable tile is what you're looking for, with a little bit of pizzazz and elegance, then granite is simply the way to go. But only if you're prepared for the higher material and installation cost and the regular maintenance that goes with it. If you're finding this content helpful, we would truly appreciate the click of the like button. Cheers! Sandstone is a sedimentary rock formed from grains of sand naturally compressed together. It's naturally occurring, which gives each tile its unique patterns and variations, and usually contains quartz, clay, calcite, or mica. The manufacturing process for sandstone tiles is pretty straightforward. Large blocks of sandstone are quarried, cut into slabs, and then further cut into individual tiles. These tiles can be left with a natural, rustic, honed, or polished finish for smoother looks. Beyond their natural beauty, sandstone offers a warmth and earthy appeal that can transform any space into a tranquil oasis. Aww. One of the great benefits from sandstone tiles is that if there are any chips or scratches in the surface, they can actually be buffed out. This is a huge advantage over some other types of tiles where deep scratches means replacing the entire tile or just putting up with it. Unfortunately, a major concern for sandstone tiles, especially in coastal areas, is salt attack. As sandstone is very porous, it can allow salty water to penetrate further into the tile, When this water evaporates, it leaves behind the salt crystals that can cause corrosion and deterioration over time, which is bad. It is also more susceptible to moisture damage, staining, cracking, and even mold growth if not properly treated and maintained. So regular sealing of your sandstone is absolutely essential to mitigate these problems. In terms of durability, sandstone is kind of average to the worst. It is softer than most other natural stone floor tiles, making it more prone to wear and tear. And its porosity also contributes to its lower durability, unless meticulously maintained. Sandstone is typically more expensive than ceramic, porcelain, and slate, but it is also more affordable than more premium stones like granite, marble, or even some types of terrazzo or travertine. Local supply and transportation costs will always influence the final price, so always check locally just to be sure. Maintaining sandstone floors can be a bit tricky. Like a lot of other types of stone, they do require regular sealing every 2 to 3 years, depending on foot traffic and the exposure to the elements. But they do need a little bit of extra love. So once every 8 to 10 years, you do need to do an additional sealer which penetrates into the stone a little bit more to try and stop this salt attack and mold attack that we were just talking about before. Because a lot of those issues can be hidden. But if you do keep up to date with all your regular maintenance and buff out any minor scratches and chips, your floor will be easy to clean regularly and will last a long time. When it comes to sustainability, sandstone is pretty average. It's more readily available than some other natural stones like marble, and less energy is used in its extraction and manufacture. However, reusing installed sandstone tiles can be challenging due to their softer nature and the probability that they're going to break when they're being ripped up. So you will often find that sandstone floor tiles are installed as new, while sandstone pavers or blocks, which are easier to pull up, might be repurposed or recycled. While not as heavy or hard to cut as granite or marble, sandstone still requires sealing. And the surface of sandstone tiles are usually uneven, which make it difficult to lay and achieve a perfect level finish. So for best results, I suggest leaving the installation up to the professionals, including the sealing. All that being said, if you are looking for a unique, earthly aesthetic, natural beauty, and are committed to the regular maintenance that sandstone requires, then sandstone could be a really good choice, as long as you are nowhere near the ocean or big bodies of water, or salty earth. However, if you need extreme durability, minimal maintenance, or are in a coastal environment, it might be better off steering clear of sandstone. Terrazzo tiles are composite materials traditionally made by mixing chips of marble, quartz, granite, glass, or other suitable materials with a binder. The mixture is then poured, cured, ground, and polished to reveal the decorative chips and create a smooth, durable finish. One of the biggest benefits of terrazzo is its customization. Every slab is one of a kind. You can, in some cases, pick and choose exactly what aggregates you want, what colors, what sizes, everything. So it's a unique slab just for you. While not as hard as granite or porcelain, terrazzo is exceptionally long-lasting and can be refinished to look new again. It typically outperforms natural stones like marble, travertine, and even slate in high traffic areas over time. But this is only if you have a true terrazzo tile. Poured terrazzo is a premium product and its price can significantly vary depending on the aggregates used. Poured terrazzo is also different from terrazzo look. It is often less expensive than granite or marble tiles, but still a considerable investment compared to other material options. Maintenance-wise, Terrazzo is actually not that great. While it's more resistant to staining and bacteria than marble, it requires regular sealing every 1 to 2 years. Some composite materials may even need frequent polishing depending on the wear and tear that they're getting. Sustainability is where Terrazzo gets a little bit tricky. Truly sustainable Terrazzo uses recycled content, local aggregates, and low VOC resin. However, many true poured Terrazzo options, especially those that are imported, aren't as eco-friendly, especially if they come from Italy, which is where most of the marble comes from. If sustainability of your tiles is really important for you and you're thinking about Terrazzo floor tiles, then always check the specifications because they can vary greatly. Terrazzo is heavier than sandstone and marble and also requires sealing, like marble and granite and sandstone and most of the stuff on here. For poured in place Terrazzo, the process is even more complex, demanding specialized expertise to get the mix and substrate just right. If you're looking for a reasonably durable, aesthetically pleasing and long-lasting flooring option with a bit of character, then Terrazzo might be your perfect match. Just be sure to do your research properly because true Terrazzo is not the same as a lookalike Terrazzo that's made of ceramic or porcelain. Unless that's what you're going for. Just make sure that you are paying less for it because a ceramic or porcelain tile that looks like Terrazzo is a very, very different product to a true Terrazzo. So here we have it, the best and the worst of everything across our 2 videos that we've just done for hard floor tiles. Next month we will be going over the differences between vitrified, rectified, honed, polished, all of that wonderful stuff. It's a lot and can be very confusing. So we're gonna cut through the jargon of that in next month's video. If you want to be alerted, please click the like button, subscribe, and make sure you ring the bell. As always, thank you for tuning in tonight. My name is Nikki, CEO and founder of Totally Wicked Group. I hope you have a totally wicked evening.